Welcome back to my channel Medical Laboratory Technologies videos. Welcome friends, today video is related to lab MCQs and in this video you will find the MCQs from the subject biochemistry. I hope these all MCQs will be helpful, but I request you to watch all MCQs because this sure will be helpful for those who are preparing for job exams or their own study exams or interviews. But really sorry, I cannot explain you all the questions because that MCQs I find from somewhere and I found that these are will be helpful, but some topics still I not study well, so just I will share the questions and their answers. So I request you to watch all MCQs because sure these MCQs will be helpful for all of you. So let's start. Question number 1. The Biuret reaction for the analysis of serum protein depends on number of option A free amino acid, option B free carboxyl group, option C peptide bonds, option D tyrosine residues, and the answer is option C peptide bond. Question number 2. Calcium concentration in the serum is regulated by option A insulin, option B PTH. PTH means parathyroid hormone, option C thyroxine, and option D vitamin C. And the answer is option B. Calcium concentration in the serum is regulated by parathyroid hormone. Question number 3. In the liver, bilirubin is converted to option A urobilinogen, option B urobilin, option C bilirubin albumin complex, option D bilirubin diglucuronide. And the answer is option D. In the liver, bilirubin is converted to bilirubin diglucuronide. That's why that is called conjugated bilirubin also. Next question is, which of the following steroid is an adrenal cortical hormone? Option A angiotensinogen, option B corticosterone, option C progesterone, option D pregenetriol. And the answer is option C, B corticosterone. Corticosterone, that is steroid and is adrenal cortical hormone. So answer is option B. Again I will repeat. Question number 1 answer was option C. Question number 2 answer was option B parathyroid hormone. Question number 3 answer was D bilirubin diglucuronide, and question number 4 answer is corticosterone. Question number 5. Which two conditions can physiologically elevate serum alkaline phosphatase? Physiologically means at that time, because of that thing, this enzyme will be high. Option A rickets and hyperparathyroidism, option B obstructive jaundice, option C growth and third trimester of pregnancy, option D viral hepatitis and infectious mononucleosis. And the answer is option C. According to physiological condition, growth and third trimester of pregnancy, elevated serum ALP level will be seen. That is called alkaline phosphatase. Question number 6. In electrophoretic analysis, buffer will be used as option A stabilize electrolytes, option B maintain basic pH, option C act as a carrier for ions, and option D produce an effect on protein configuration. And the answer is option C. Buffer in electrophoretic analysis, buffer act as a carrier for ions. Question number 7. The T3 resin uptake test is a measure of option A circulating T3, option B bound T3, option C binding capacity of thyroxine binding globulin, and option D total thyroxine binding globulin. And the answer is option C, binding capacity of thyroxine binding globulin. The T3 resin uptake test is a measure of binding capacity of thyroxine binding globulin. Next question is question number 8. Blood PCO2 may be measured by, that blood partial carbon dioxide may be measured by option A, direct colorimetric measurement of dissolved carbon dioxide, option B, calculation of blood pH and total carbon dioxide concentration, option C, measurement of carbon dioxide saturated hemoglobin, option D, measurement of carbon dioxide consumed at cathode. And the answer is option B, calculation of blood pH and total carbon dioxide concentration. Blood PCO2 may be measured by calculation of blood pH and total carbon dioxide concentration. So again I will repeat the answers. Question number 5 answer was option C. Question number 6 was option C. Question number 7 was also option C. And question number 8 was option B. Next question is question number 9. Total iron binding capacity. Total iron binding capacity, sometime you will see written as TIBC. Measures the serum iron transporting capacity of option A, hemoglobin, option B, ceruloplasmin, option C, transferrin, option D, ferritin. And the answer is option C, transferrin. Total iron binding capacity measure the serum iron transporting capacity of transferrin. Question number 10. Most of the carbon dioxide present in the blood is in the form of option A, dissolved carbon dioxide, option B, carbonate, option C, bicarbonate ion, option D, carbonic acid. And the answer is option C, bicarbonate ion. Most of the carbon dioxide present in the blood is in the form of option C, bicarbonate ion. Next question is question number 11. The statistical term for the average value is, if you will calculate the average value from some amount of values, means for example 20 numbers given, and then the average value will be option A, mode, option B, median, option C, mean, option D, coefficient of variation. Answer is option C. Average value we will call as the mean. Question number 12. The most frequent value in collection of data is statistically known as option A, mode, option B, median, option C, mean, option D, standard deviation. That is option A. Answer is option A, mode. The most frequent value in the collection of data is statistically known as mode. Means for example, if 20 values given and you will see the number 7, 8, but 7, 7, 7 more time you will be see the value number 7, then the collection data, the most frequent value of the mode will be 7. So answer is option A. Question number 13. In a specimen collected for plasma glucose analysis, sodium fluoride will used as, if means sodium fluoride anticoagulant tube you are using, then the main function of sodium fluoride is option A, serve as a coenzyme of hexokinase, option B, prevents reactivity of non-glucose reducing substances, option C, precipitates protein, option D, inhibits glycolysis. And the answer is option D, inhibits glycolysis. Sodium fluoride will inhibit the glycolysis and the result of plasma glucose will come correct. Question number 14. The serum that contributes to the most serum osmolality is, means for serum osmolality, the serum that will act as main, option A, glucose, option B, sodium, option C, chloride, option D, urea. And the answer is option B, sodium. Sodium has the main function for serum osmolality maintenance. Question number 15. Which of the following serum protein fraction is most likely to be elevated in patients with nephrotic syndrome? If in nephrotic syndrome, which serum protein will be elevated? Option A, alpha 1 globulin. Option B, alpha 1 globulin and alpha 2 globulin. Option C, alpha 2 globulin and beta globulin. Option D, beta globulin and gamma globulin. And the answer is option C, alpha 2 globulin and beta globulin will be elevated in patients with nephrotic syndrome. Next question is question number 16. Serum anion gap is increased in patients with option A, renal tubular acidosis, option B, diabetic alkalosis, option C, metabolic acidosis due to diarrhea, and option D, lactic acidosis. And the answer is option D, lactic acidosis. Serum anion gap will be increased in patients, those patients who have lactic acidosis. So answer is option D. Question number 17. The buffering capacity of blood is maintained by a reversible exchange process between bicarbonate and option A, sodium, option B, potassium, option C, calcium, option D, chloride, and the answer is option D, chloride. Buffering capacity of blood is maintained by reversible exchange between bicarbonate and chloride. Question number 18. Acidosis and alkalosis are best defined as fluctuation in blood pH and carbon dioxide content due to changes in option A, Bohr's effect, option B, oxygen content, option C, bicarbonate buffer, option D, carbonic anhydrase, and the answer is option C, bicarbonate buffer. Question number 19. Metabolic acidosis is described as an option A, increased in carbon dioxide content and PCO2 with decreased pH. Option B, decrease in carbon dioxide content with an increased pH. Option C, increase in carbon dioxide and increase in pH. Option D, decrease in carbon dioxide content and PCO with a decreased pH. And the answer is option D. One thing you remember, in acidosis pH will decrease, and metabolic acidosis carbon dioxide content and PCO2 both will decrease with decreased pH. Next question is question number 20. The conversion of glucose and other hexoses into lactate and pyruvate is called, the conversion of glucose or other hexoses into lactate or pyruvate is called option A, glycogenesis, option B, glycogenolysis, option C, gluconeogenesis, option D, glycolysis. And the answer is option D, glycolysis. The conversion of glucose or other hexose into lactate or pyruvate, that cycle will be called as glycolysis. And one thing I will repeat again, that question number 18, if you will see, I write acidosis and alkalosis are best defined as a fluctuation in blood pH and carbon dioxide content due to changes in, I forget to write that blood pH and carbon dioxide content, in both things fluctuation, that both fluctuations will be due to changes in bicarbonate buffer. So you once more notice, this question will be, full question is like that: acidosis and alkalosis are best defined as fluctuation in blood pH and carbon dioxide content due to changes in option C, bicarbonate buffer. This video will be completed here. These 20 MCQs I shared, I hope these MCQs will be helpful. And one more thing, I know that today's lecture maybe you find more boring, because I also find more boring these questions, because biochemistry questions mostly are very boring to deal, but very important also for exams, because biochemistry is one of the major subject of lab. and medical field of almost all medical fields. So these MCQs sure will help you. Try to watch again and again these MCQs and related topics, acidosis, alkalosis, these topics must you watch. Glycolysis cycle must you watch, and electrolytes must you study. These all topics, when you will study these MCQs, will be more helpful. Take care of yourself. Thank you so much for keep watching my channel, keep supporting, and if any topic other you want to learn, do write in comment. I will try to make lecture and I will try to deliver that lecture in easy way. Once again, thank you so much. Take care.